All right, guys, so I'm scrolling through the comments and I see that this guy's telling this guy how to do it and what the video is about. That's not your job. That's my job. And I'm going to teach you why that's my job and why you're not ready for it. All right, so I am here today to say, is all squats the same? Guess what? All squats are not the same. They're not even close to the same. Some squats are solely for building strength. Some are for athletics. And some are for building muscle. I'm asked quite a bit, can you build muscle with light weight? Well, I know guys that squat with 225 that have massive legs. And I know guys that squat with 500 that have bird legs. Why is that? Well, stay tuned. I will tell you. And we are on today for a couple different reasons. The first one, you want me to address that first or go third on that?
Go third.
Go third. Okay, so I'm going to first talk about what's happening to YouTube and the information. What happens with YouTube is there's so much information. There's so much Instagram experts out there. There's so much of that stuff that everybody gets diluted. You want to grab them just a little bit? It gets so diluted, and you get a lot of guys that think they know what they're talking about, and they're giving you wrong information. That's the one thing I don't want to happen in the Titan crew, which I'm talking to YouTube now, but this is the Titan crew right here with you guys. The one great thing about the Titan crew is that you get the one person given the information, and then we work together as a team to make sure everything's working for you. And so that's just making sure we're doing it right, and we're not getting too much in the ears that seems to really confuse everybody and also put you in a bad place. Now, by doing that, that's the one thing I say about the Titan crew is the Titan crew does not allow that. The Titan crew does not allow others to give information to throw you off the course you're on. Here's the great thing, and I just finished up a podcast, and it really made me think about this because I was on the podcast with guys like Benny the Jet, who's a martial art expert, Bas Rutten, who's also one of the first UFC heavyweight fighters, Sting from WWE Wrestling, and some other great cats. But one of the things that Benny the Jet said, and Benny the Jet's been around forever in martial arts and just an absolute legend. Back with Chuck Norris when they used to spar and fight. So he's been around a long time. And one of the things he says is his kids respond to him very quickly because of the phones, that quick access to the internet, to the YouTubes, to the Instagram, supposedly legends and stuff. And so when Benny the Jet, which we're talking about a true legend in martial arts, would tell his son something, his son would be, I know what it is. I got it. And so the information, and you guys are incredible about this. You guys can remember everything, but you're missing the one key point that Benny pointed out is the experience. And so that's what led me to this YouTube video, experience. I understand you see a squat. I understand that you can understand and watch it and you go, okay, I got it. I don't need to hear anything else. I got this. I'll go train everybody now. I'm the best trainer in the world. Experience changes everything. Experience really does change everything. And I'm going to post some videos of me squatting at 20, squatting 700 pounds and stuff. And I watched my form then. And I already won the universe. I already won the Washington State powerlifting. I already won these things. So I did more than most of you have ever done. I won in both categories. And I also was competing in martial arts and also on TV. And I'm 20 years old. And I bet you if you ask that young 20 Mike O'Hearn, he would probably say, I know what I'm doing. I got this. And as me as 50, looking back and going, wow, I do not like my squat. There was some things I could have changed. There's some things I could have done differently. There was some food I could have changed. I could have trained less intense here and would have made gains here. So that 30 more years, and I was training by 20, that was 11 years of training. Now, have you trained 11 years? And did you win after 11 years? And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get into this bickering about, well, yeah, I've trained 11 years. Did you take your body and change it to a point where you are high caliber in that sport, whatever it is? That's what I mean by training. So now what you're doing is you're not just training, but you're applying it, you're making it work, and it's working for you. Then can you take that and transfer it to somebody else? Yeah, I could do that. I could get other people in shape at 20. But again, it wasn't like I could get them in shape today. Now today, I can break it down and really just fine tune them. But I can not only just get them in shape, but I can keep them in shape for a long period of time, and years and years and years. And I can make you a healthier person, not just by lifting, but by eating and lifting, an actual healthier person. So that's what I mean experience. So let's finish this whole thing off with what stimulated this discussion. I had a Titan member put up a video. He wasn't sure about it. He put up a squat and he's like, Mike, I'd really like your opinion on this squat. And tell me if this form is good or bad. Now, before I could do that, somebody else had got to that video. And someone else has commented on that video and said, hey, I'm not really happy with it. I would change a little bit of this squat. And I would change your form and make you sit up straighter and those kind of things. But, I'm here to help you. Now, that's a good heart. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. Was he wrong in the squat? Yes. What was it that he was wrong about? Well, his experience had him thinking that one squat is one squat. The one way to squat, and that's it. The one thing that he's doing, that's it. So what he just did is he just took what I've been working on him and trying to teach this kid and completely changed his mind for a second. Now, is that bad? Well, it's bad because the way he was teaching him is incorrect. So let's go into this. And then before we go into that, let's say what happened. This kid that I was working with in the Titan crew that actually did a beautiful squat. Nothing was wrong with it. It was gorgeous. It was a great squat, which made me proud that he posted that in the Titan crew, and he's been listening and he applied what he heard. Now, I've been out of the gym for months because of the quarantine, but he got back to the gym, he applied everything, and it was beautiful. And I'm like, this is great. This is great, man. Good job. I'm proud of you. Which a lot of you YouTubers right now, you get all this mixed information. You think you're doing something right. Maybe you are. But then you get people that are at the same level, or they got in shape once, and so now they're your coach, and they're giving you this information, and it makes you doubt yourself, which is unfortunate. And that's what happened here. This guy goes, oh, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying, and maybe I should change it. Shouldn't change anything. Absolutely not. The gentleman that came on to make the changes and went against what we allow in the Titan crew. We don't allow that. We don't allow you, someone that's trying to get there, to tell somebody else in the Titan crew how to change the form. That's my job. That's why we got the Titan crew. That way we get rid of the noise and we have the experience. And not just my experience, it's the experience I've been with Robbie Robinson, who has 50 years of experience. And it's not just his 50 years of experience, but it's him training with Arnold Schwarzenegger for 20 years. So now I got Arnold's experience on top of Robbie's experience, on top of my experience to teach this guy. So you can see how that could just times tenfold really quickly. So what happened? I'm going to explain why the squats were different and why squats are different. The reference that the gentleman came in to correct this guy's squat was an Olympic lifting squat. Now, if we all know this, an Olympic lifting squat is not to develop the legs, but it is just to make the guy stronger in an upright position. Why? Because he's Olympic lifting. And what is Olympic lifting? It is lifting as much possible weight as you can with your body straight, because that's how you catch it and you front squat it, or a snatch, which again is applied overhead, but a straight upper body. So the way they squat is high bar squat, a very high bar squat. On top of that, they're trying to work speed and explosion. So the development is quads, and I've talked about this before, hamstring and glute development is 0. It's amazing. This guy that he quoted was a great athlete, absolutely phenomenal, picture perfect for Olympic lifting. Now, I can't figure out why you couldn't comprehend that, where the other guy is trying to be a bodybuilder. Now, what is that? That's a completely different squat. So, and he's trying to go heavy. So he's going to do a wide stance squat with the bar much lower, where the back and ass is going to kick out, where you can develop more hamstring and glutes and some extra quads as well. So these are two completely different squats. But it was easy for him to get misled. Why? Because everybody's still a beginner. And it was easy for him to try to give the information because everybody feels like they need to give information. That's the great thing about the Titan Crew. We eliminate that. I don't want you to be that guy. I want you to sit back for a moment, keep the ego in check, and go, I'm going to listen. Take all the information I possibly can, suck it all up, and take it for myself, which I'm fine with because that's what we do in the Titan Crew. I would love to give you guys this information. It does me no good. It does me good to teach you guys how to do this. That way you guys can go out there and be better than me. And that's the ultimate goal for this whole thing. So again, Titan Crew, stay on point, give information about your training, about what's working for you, what program you like, the nutrition plan. But don't tell somebody else or critique somebody else. We don't do that. We don't fall to how the masses are today, and we don't give our opinions so simply thinking we got it all figured out. That's, in the Titan Crew, my job to make sure you guys are doing it right, safe, and get better. Because my name is on this, and I don't want nobody leaving this crew doing something wrong and saying, well, I learned it in the Titan Crew. That's a no-no. I do not allow that, and I do kick out for that. Again, this is something I do for fun. All of it. The Titan Meal Plan, which you guys can get. The Titan Crew, which is free to everybody that subscribes to my training or the nutrition. This is great for me, again, but this is fun for me. This is my hobby. This is what I want to do, and this is my information given to you guys, and I want you guys to take this and go live and teach beyond this. That's it. You good?
Good.
You're good. I'm good. I'm glad I got this out. I'm glad that my Titan members even jumped on here. Steve, again, thank you for that picture. That's it for YouTube. YouTube, thank you so much. Again, we don't fall to the snowflake mentality. We put in the work. We keep going. We keep pushing. We do the nutrition. We do the workouts. We don't think somebody else is not going to outwork us because everybody's going to try to outwork us. So you be the guy that's always in there. Don't listen to the masses. Understand the masses do not make their dreams come true. The masses just fall in line and do what the next guy does. I am trying to talk to that one individual out there that's going to be the champion, that's going to change, that's going to apply everything I do and be better than me. Someone said last week that basically I am talking to my young self, giving my young self all the information I possibly can. And that is what I'm doing. So you could technically be 10 times better than me by not making the mistakes I made. All right? That's it. You guys are done. Titan Crew. Let me see if I can answer some questions here.